Hello, my name is Paromatic, and in this tutorial we are going to customize our MySpace page by adding personalized information to our profile. Now let's add some content about us to our page. To begin, hover over the Profile button and click on Edit Profile. The Edit Profile page appears, and we are currently editing the Interests section. Let's start at the top and edit the About Me section first. To do so, click on the About Me link, and the About Me section opens up. The About Me text box is where we will enter information about ourselves. To speed this process up, I've already written this information ahead of time in Notepad. So let me open up Notepad, copy the About Me section to the clipboard, and navigate back over to the MySpace page. Right click on the About Me section and click Paste. Notice the information we've entered, so when we look at our profile later, we can compare sections. The next section we'll edit is the Who I'd Like to Meet section. So we'll go back over to Notepad, copy that section to the clipboard, and paste it in. To make our changes stick, we have to click on the Save Changes button. Once the changes are saved, we'll see a label indicating that our profile has been updated. Next, let's edit the Interests section. To do so, click on the Interests link. This will bring us to the Interests page. Notice the general area to enter information about your general interest. We're going to skip over this area and go to the next section, Music. So I'll go back to Notepad and copy the Music section to the clipboard, navigate back over to the MySpace page, and right click on Music and paste the information in. Notice the BR tags that are being added to these sections. We'll touch more on what those are later, but to briefly give you an explanation now, those add new lines to our pages because by default all the information we enter in here is in HTML format. Don't worry about that too much now, we'll touch back on that later. The next section we will edit is the Movies category. So let's go back over to Notepad and grab that section. Copy it to the clipboard, back to our MySpace page, right click and paste, and we'll do the same for television. And once we have television in place, we will go down to the book section, copy that to the clipboard, and paste it in. When we are done, we will once again click on the Save Changes button to save the changes we've made. Notice again the label at the top indicating that our profile has been updated. Next, there is one change I'd like to make to our Basic Info section. To do so, we'll click on the Basic Info link, and the change I'd like to make is in the display name. I'd like the display name to read Plan A Software. So I'll just add software to it, and once again, you've guessed it, we'll click on the Save Changes button to save our changes. Again, notice the label at the top indicating that our profile has been updated. The next section we are going to look at is the Details section. So let's click on the Details hyperlink. Notice that much of this section isn't relevant for a company or corporation. Things such as religion, ethnicity, body type, height don't really apply towards a company. So in a little bit we're going to do away with this whole section, and I'm going to show you how to remove what MySpace refers to as a module from your profile page. So let's continue on. Let's skip over the schools and companies section. If we do not enter any information in these two sections, what will happen is they simply will not appear on our profile page. So, moving on, let's edit the networking section by clicking on the networking hyperlink. And notice the networking section pops up and allows us to add a networking category. So, from the field drop down, let's select technology. From the subfield, let's select IT, though after this tutorial I will come back and select internet, as that seems to be more appropriate. From the role drop down, let's click on other, and for description, I've already pre-written the description in Notepad, so I will navigate back to it, copy it to the clipboard, go back to MySpace and paste it in the description. And take note of the description at the top, so when we are looking at our profile later, we can make a comparison. To make the changes stick, click on the Save Changes button. Notice the table at the top, indicating that our changes have been saved. This table will contain one row for every networking category we add. So, also notice the Edit button, should we wish to make changes to this networking category, and the Delete button, should we wish to remove this networking category. Now, there are a few ways we can navigate back to our profile page. The first is by clicking on the View My Profile hyperlink. The second is by clicking on the Profile button. And the third is by clicking on the My Profile link under the Profile button. To navigate to our home page, we can click on our display picture near the top of the screen. Let's navigate to our profile page by clicking on the Profile button. And notice all the wonderful changes we have made. 1. Our display name now reads Plan A Software. 2. Our interest section now contains music, movies, television, and books. Now, the reason we enter that BR tag is notice how on the music we have the Beatles, on the next line we have Creedence Clearwater Revival, and on the next line we have OAR. If we did not put the BR tags after each element, what would have happened is these would have all been on one line. The reason being is that MySpace HTML encodes their content. All you really have to remember though is that to get to a new line you have to enter that BR tag. And if we look at our blurb section, you can see the About Me and the Who I'd Like to Meet. And we'll scroll down a little bit so you can see the rest of the page. Notice our networking category, technology, IT, other. Remember, I'm going to go back and change it to technology, internet, other after this tutorial. And that's all there is to adding content to your MySpace page. My name is Paromatic, and thank you for watching.